Hi, my name is Ariana and this is melodrama. I just want to point out that the lighting right now is very erratic, so I am sorry if it comes in and out. Today I'm back with another fashion and film Halloween edition video. I'm gonna do something very different from my last video, which was Blade Runner. If you want to see it, it is going to be here. This movie is actually from the 1960s and it is a camp classic. I guess you could say a cult classic, but a very, very different vibe than Blade Runner, and that movie is Valley of the Dolls. It's by Mark Robson from 1967. So if you don't know the movie, basic rundown of it is that there's three women, Anne, Neely, and Jennifer, who are all trying to find success in showbiz, either in New York or Hollywood. So like a lot of films from the 1960s, it's both feminist and sexist. It's feminist because the movie talks a lot about female desire, both in terms of working but also sexual desire, and there's even some themes of same-sex relationships, not in a profound way by any means, but it's part of the film, and I mean, especially for a time period where they had to hide that they were gay or lesbian in an industry that was very conservative. It's an important thing to note, but this film also treats female careers as something that will never be truly successful or truly mean that a woman can find happiness. So they're just better off being stay-at-home mothers, which for a time period that was dealing with second wave feminists, and that was one of the main themes of that movement. It's a little disappointing. One of the reasons why their careers aren't successful is because by the end of the film, of the three characters, one is dead and the other two are addicted to pills and incredibly miserable. So it's not really a happy ending by any means. However, I wouldn't really say to take the subject matter of this movie or book seriously, because it's just a camp icon and it's very melodramatic, and one of, I think, the things that have stayed true with this movie even now 50 years on is the glamour of everything that the women wear and their lifestyles in this movie. Well, I mean, except for the drugs, maybe that's not that glamorous, but their homes, everything like that. So what I chose and why I wanted to do costumes for this movie for this video is because it's very feminine clothing and very girly and very bright and colorful with a lot of purples and pinks and mint greens, but also it's not prudish at all. Like, the women are definitely wearing I guess you could say revealing clothing, and so it's a fun thing to play around with. It's very 1960s inspired, with maybe a bit more of the bohemian looks, but then also more mod, mini skirts, things like that. So the costume designer was William Trevilla, which he's mostly notable for his work with Marilyn Monroe, and I think you can kind of see that same type of style in this movie, where once again it's just super feminine. Also, I've noticed that when a lot of people recreate these costumes, it's not really look for look exactly, it's more to get the idea. So I think my biggest takeaway from this is it's more important to have the glamour, or the idea of glamour, in your outfits as opposed to really creating it piece by piece. So of course, play around with color, play around with silhouette. If it's a mini skirt, that's even more helpful. If it's a longer skirt, then you can do more of Jennifer, Sharon Tate's looks. The movie is potentially most famous for Jennifer, who is Sharon Tate, or who was played by Sharon Tate. It's her most famous film, and because of what happened to her afterwards, it's very iconic in maybe not representing her, but in showcasing her. However, I kind of want to more focus on Anne, who's played by Barbara Parkins, and I wanted to focus on her just because her wardrobe kind of fit better with mine, or at least with the clothing that I have. So I had this dress from Chung for Madewell, so it's about 10 or 9 years old at this point, and I like to bring it out every so often because it's just the perfect kind of 1960s inspired look, especially coming from Alexa Chung or Alexa Chung collaboration. It has flowers on it. It's definitely a darker color than what they were later in the film, but that kind of goes back to Anne and how she wore more long sleeves but also a bit more of neutral or darker colors. And then I just wore heels with it because I felt like that was the most simple thing to do. However, you could also wear ballet flats if you want to be more comfortable. So of course I had to try to do the makeup and the hair too, which proves to be harder than it looks, but it's still fun. So that's it for this video today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, comment, maybe subscribe down below. That would really help me out. So I'll see you soon. Bye!